All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, Shakur Stevenson makes a statement about his future with Top Rank and his willingness to leave and sign for the right price. And as we know, there's another promoter out there named Floyd Mayweather Jr. that is most likely looking to get his hands on fighters like Shakur Stevenson. Also, they're obviously looking at Jaron Ennis. Let's talk about the potential of that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 135-pound division, where we have one of the best fighters in boxing, who was asked a question about what he plans to do after his contract expires with Top Rank, and it expires in 2024. We are only 2 months away from 2024. So I do not know exactly what period of time in there that it will expire. But he says that he is very open to doing business with anybody that can make the best business with him. And as you know, Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Leonard Ellerbe have been out on the march at trying to get fighters like Jaron Ennis and top level fighters to sign with them because they believe that they can make them the biggest stars in boxing. And this scenario really would be no different. And honestly, man, I think that a move like that would probably be one of the better moves that Shakur Stevenson could make at this point in time in his career. However, I'll also let you know about what I think really is going to happen. Now, before I get into the details of it, though, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you so much for your continued support. Got to put something on this video and say this before we get into it. And thank you, Matty Yole. I see you out there, brother. Thank y'all for your support. And thank you to David Williams. David Williams, man, set a record on the channel for the biggest contribution to this channel and to the work that we do over here in the history of the channel. And is probably one of the biggest donations in the history of YouTube, because I don't think you can do much more than he did through a super chat. Let me say thank you so very, very, very much for supporting the channel and believing in what we're doing, man. You better believe that that is not overlooked and it's greatly appreciated, man. And actually, I'm going to dedicate a video to you, probably the third video that I'm going to do that's going to air today, or one of the videos that I'm going to air today, which is going to be a very controversial subject. So keep your eyes out for that. But absolutely positively have to do it. But with that said, let's get into it, because look, if you recall some years, oh, and also let me say this is a fan channel. I'm a boxing fan. I'm not the media. I'm a boxing fan. So the things that boxing fans want to talk about with me, I'm going to talk about them. I may talk about them in a video. I may talk about them in a live stream. That's what I do. Okay. So don't let the number of subscribers fool you. Do not let whatever else you hear fool you. I'm a boxing fan. I'm not in the media. I don't owe these boxers anything. There's not topics that are off subject for me. If somebody wants to speculate and figure out, okay, hey, what do we think is going to happen down the road? That's what boxing fans do. And that's what I'm here for. Period. Nothing else. Other people want to be the media, want to be boxing scene, want to be this guy. That's not me. I want to be able to sit here and talk boxing with you, and anything that you want to talk about in boxing, past, future, past, present, or future, none of it is off limits to us, because that's what boxing fans do. We talk about the sport of boxing. And this kind of falls into this because Shakur Stevenson is in a position in his career where he is widely recognized as one of the best fighters in all of boxing. And he is in the same situation that other great fighters have been in at this point in time in their career. Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather Jr., Terrence Crawford, many, is that about it? I believe Manny Pacquiao has been in this circumstance at a point in time. And it is where the popularity and the notoriety of the fighter is getting to the point where they no longer need to have a promoter that is giving them guaranteed paydays, which, guaranteed amounts of money, which is a good amount of money. But yet at the same time, that promoter, Bob Arum, is not really putting them in the forefront. I guess we need to take Manny Pacquiao out of that, but at the very least, not allowing them to maximize the revenue that they could be getting from fights if they were working with somebody that was really trying to grow their name and push them out there, right? Now, obviously, Terrence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather Jr. are more closely connected or similar to that circumstance. But take Terrence Crawford, for example. Terrence Crawford re-signed with Bob Arum multiple times and winds up at the very last portion of his time with Bob Arum suing Bob Arum for breach of contract, saying that he had not promoted him correctly, right? And now you have Shakur Stevenson having an opportunity to leave Top Rank. And at the time where he's in the top 10 pound for pound, where he's somebody that people know, right? And take the chance that he was not really able to take early in his career, right? Like what Errol Spence Jr. did by signing with Al Heyman and being in a situation where, hey man, if you win, you get a lot of money. If you lose, you may be out. Right? Shakur's had all the developmental fights and all of that. But so when he was asked, are you going to re-sign with Bob Arum? He said, look, I have nothing bad to say about Bob Arum, but I'm open to sign with anybody if the money's right. So there, to me, the number one guy, if you're not going to re-sign with Bob Arum, the number one option really should be Floyd Mayweather Jr. and the PBC. Now, whether it is with Al Heyman himself or not, I really can't speak on. But if he's looking to maximize his career and the money that he has and legacy and all of that stuff, that's where the more likely what he should do, because that's where Gervonta Davis is. That makes a Gervonta Davis fight much more realistic. This thing that Bob Arum is all of a sudden magically saying about how they have all the money. Bob Arum, like how, Shakur doesn't have to go to the PBC to sign, to get the fight with Gervonta Davis. Top Rank now has all the money. Look at how, look at all the money that Tyson Fury is making fighting fighting Alexander Usyk over there in Saudi Arabia. Look, man, that sounds like a sales pitch to me to Shakur Stevenson at the end of his, right at the end of this contract to get him to re-sign. But I don't think that is true, not remotely true. And if Shakur Stevenson is really looking at maximizing, man, just look at the history. Look at Terrence Crawford getting his biggest payday and being in the best position of his career once he leaves Bob Arum. Look at Floyd Mayweather Jr. Look at Oscar De La Hoya. Look at what happened with Manny Pacquiao. When Manny Pacquiao went over there and his career went back up to somewhere where it was at before he lost to Floyd Mayweather. Just for somebody in his position, I think that could be a very, very good move. And he said, as long as he's open to doing good business. Now, here's the roadblock in that, obviously, is that he's managed by Jay Prince, and Jay Prince does not have a relationship that I know of with a good relationship with Floyd Mayweather Jr. and the PBC. I don't know of anyone that has been managed by James Prince that has gone and moved over to the PBC. I do believe James Prince Floyd Mayweather got out of his contract with James Prince several years before he actually wind up going over to Showtime and starting to work with Al Heyman. So clearly, that's a bit of a roadblock on it. But in my opinion, he should at the very least consider that. And I'm sure the price would be right, considering the amount of money and the amount of big fights these guys have been putting on for the century. I could also go into that in the live stream. But anyway, please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.